Mental illness is a difficult thing to talk about, but recently First Lady Sarah Stitt opened up to Oklahoma Watch about her experience with a family member dealing with mental health issues. In this ONR Extra, we hear from Mrs. Stitt and the story's producer, Whitney Bryen.
So I kind of went into the interview expecting her to be fairly quiet, fairly private, but maybe giving up, a few details here and there, and that was not the case at all. She really opened up with me. She really sort of gave the story of her childhood that she tells me she's been wanting to tell Oklahoma, but hasn't really had the courage and support of her family to do yet. But I think I got lucky and caught her on the right day, and so she kind of opened the door to her childhood and what's important to her in terms of mental health.
I personally have lived with mental health issues in my family. Both my parents have pretty severe mental health issues. My mother's spawns from a childhood of abuse, and as a teenager she got involved in drugs, trying to kind of self-medicate and different things. She had a very troubled life before she met my dad, so my entire childhood was riddled with things we didn't understand, because back then you didn't talk about those things.
She actually personally was hesitant to take on mental health as a platform initially. She told me she really felt that on her heart. That was what was weighing on her when she was thinking about what she wanted to do. But she wasn't committed to it because she was nervous about telling her story and about, putting her family's personal history and their personal struggles out into such a public space.
I was still in the campaign. Kevin wasn't inaugurated yet or elected. And my mom took me over to the side and she said, "I have an idea. I know what your platform should be." And I said, "Really? What is it, Mom?" And she said, "I think it should be mental health." And it was just, to me, kind of just solidifying in my heart what I really felt, and it was kind of her approval that you can do this.
The thing she wants people to take away from it is you can overcome those obstacles. Regardless of what you experienced as a child, regardless of your circumstances, it is possible to change your perspective, to change your future, and to break that cycle.
We're really good at catching people when they're trying to jump off a bridge and trying to keep them from taking their life, but we're not so good at catching people before they're in a crisis. And I just started thinking pragmatically about the future of Oklahoma and how can we really make an impact on the statistics in our mental health. And it's really taking these new practices and these new sciences, and some of them are not so new, but they've just not been implemented, and bringing them to our children and trying to give our children those tools they need to navigate the life that they have.
Now, if you would like to watch Whitney Bryen's entire piece with the First Lady, go to oklahomawatch.org.